Hey everybody, I hope you're having an absolutely amazing day. How are you doing? How are you feeling? I wanted to pop on here and I thought we could just chat. We're gonna chat about a couple things. So the video that I did last night, I forgot to share one tip that I opened a loop. If you know what that means, often my kids will say, my husband does this to us all the time. He'll say something like, hey, we're gonna talk about this, and then we never talk about it. Or hey, we're gonna talk about this, and then it never comes up, and so he says, I'm gonna open, and then he opens a loop, right? He never looped it back around and finished what he was talking about. And so last night, one of the phrases I said was, hey, I really wanna talk about, how's everybody doing? I really wanna talk about the secret to a productive life. Like, what does that look like? And it's really geared towards one word. The word is action. The secret to a productive life is action. So a lot of you are popping on here. Where are you tuning in from? A lot of you are probably like, why in the world does she have pink hair? And I will tell you why I have pink hair in a little bit. Honestly, for a couple reasons. I'll just tell you right off the bat. I think oftentimes we're too afraid to do anything, to share anything, to share the things that we are excited about, the journey that we're on, because we're afraid of what people think, right? Or what people might say. And so a couple weeks ago, we went to New York and we all dressed up as fairies and we wandered around the city and we talked about a new flavor of keto nat that was coming out, but we all dressed up and I had purple hair. And we had so much fun with it. And my girls always said, hey, why don't you color your hair? And while I won't color my hair, we actually went to a store the day after and we went and bought a whole bunch of fun wigs. And I thought, you know what I'm gonna start doing? I'm gonna just start having fun with my Keto Mom videos and wearing different colored hair. Why? Because I want to. Like, why not? Because I think it's fun. Maybe it'll catch somebody's attention. Maybe it will allow you just to look at life and have a little bit more fun. Maybe it will allow you to go, you know what? I'm on a journey, my own journey, and I don't care what other people think. And so it kind of, maybe it'll give you the freedom to go, I'm gonna do what I wanna do. I'm gonna go after my journey or my gifts or my dreams or my visions or my goals. And I don't care what other people think. And so I thought, I was actually unpacking suitcases and I found them and I thought, I guess tonight is a great night to have pink hair. Why not? Who says I can't, right? And so maybe I'll get some funny messages later, and guess what? I don't care. I don't care just because I think it's fun, and I think oftentimes we take life too seriously. So with that note, something that I want to talk about is truly the pursuit of better and what that looks like for you. And so I just got done listening to a call by Dr. Ryan Lowry, and I've actually done a call with him before. And so he's one of the experts in the ketone space. And actually, I'm pretty sure I still have the recording of the video or of the interview that I did with him. And so I asked him questions a while ago. I listened to a different call tonight where somebody else was asking him questions, but it was very similar. And we were talking about exogenous ketones and pure therapeutic ketones and the benefits of ketones and what that looks like, but it was from an expert's perspective. So here's the deal. If you want to hear that recording, why don't you post, I can get you the recording. And so I will actually, why don't you just post doctor below, post doctor or expert, post expert below, and I will get you the recording and you can listen to it if you're interested. I think it's super great. And it's always good to hear from somebody else as far as what they're seeing out in the ketone world. So anyways, tonight he was talking about, and I thought it was super fascinating because a lot of you are going, hey, I'm gonna start in January, or maybe you're hearing your relatives or your friends or other people go, in January, I'm really gonna get going, right? In January, I'm really gonna go after my goals. And so he said something super interesting tonight. He said, statistics show that 90% of people gain the most weight in the entire year. So an entire 12 months, 90% of people gain the most weight from October to January. And I don't know why I was surprised, but I was kind of taken back for a minute and I was like, oh, it's because we're close enough to the end of the year that people make excuses, right? It's because we're close enough to the end of the year they're going, I'm going to start in January. But what happens in January? It's the same thing. If you don't get a hold on what your goals are, what your why is, what you want to do, if you don't become the exception, like, guess what's going to happen? You might be one of those people that ends up in January, and then all of a sudden, you and I are going to chat next year, maybe October, November, December 2019, and most people that decide to wait are most people that push it off or go later or tomorrow or next week or January 1st are probably going to end up the same place they were a year later. And I would just challenge you with this thought that you can be the exception. Like, why in the world do we have to have the calendar dictate when our journey starts, when our health journey starts? All of these things, like we always are waiting for Monday, right? People are waiting for January 1st or February 1st, or we're letting the calendar decide when we're going to start something. The secret to a productive life is action. And so I'll tell you this, in the last 3 years in our business, in our family, in anything that we've done, something that we have always done in the beginning of the year is we pick one word that we really focus on throughout the entire year. And my word has always changed. One word, it was focus. One word, it was intention. Last year, it was action. My word was just like, hey, my entire word I'm going to focus on this year. And I prayed about it. You can find a saying or a verse. I'll talk more about this in December. But my 2018 word was action. And that's what we really strive to doing is every time we had an idea, every time we had a thought, every time I had something that I wanted to share, I told myself I was going to take immediate action, and I wasn't going to wait, and I wasn't going to maybe wait and go, all of a sudden I'm going to second guess myself, or I'm going to wait to see if somebody else approves of what I'm going to do. Like if I knew deep down I should do it, or I should say it, or I should share it, I was going to take inspired action and do so. And so I just wanted to come on here because last night I opened a loop. Maybe you caught it, maybe you didn't. If you're just tuning in, where are you tuning in from? Yes, I have pink hair. I talked about it in the beginning of the video. Just having some fun. And last night I really wanted to talk about the power of the secret to a productive life. And the secret to, one of the secrets, there's probably a lot, is truly just the power of taking action in your own life. And so I would challenge you in this thought. Why not be the exception? Why wait till January 1st? Why don't you draw a line in the sand and go, I'm actually going to start now, or I'm going to start tonight, or I'm going to start tomorrow. Now, with all of that said, what happens is this, is people, they let the calendar dictate their journey, but also what happens is, have you ever thought about this? Would you have the friends that you have if you constantly lied to them? Like, hey, I'll be there tomorrow, and you don't show up? Would you have those friends, or what would your family think if you constantly were telling them, I'll do that tomorrow, or hey, I'll show up, or I'll come and meet you there, and you don't do it? What do you think that would happen over long term? I don't think that people understand that most of the time they're lying to themselves. Like if you flip it and think in reverse, like think about how often you lie to yourself when you're going to start your journey, when you're going to go after better, when you're going to decide to eat better or drink more water, or when you're going to go to the gym, and you give yourself a date, and then all of a sudden that date comes and goes and you lied to yourself again. Like that's something else I've been challenged in, is if I tell myself I'm going to do something, then I'm going to do it. So October 10th, I told myself I was completely done eating pizza and chips. Like done. Not forever, because those are the two foods that like would dictate if I was going to eat them or not. Like if I went to a buffet and there was tons of pizza, like I would say, yeah, I'm keto, low carb, keto-ish, but if there was a pizza buffet, you can sure bet that I would eat some pizza. The next day I would drink some water, ketones, and get back on track. And then I would have a headache or I wouldn't feel good. But I felt like pizza was like that thing that I loved so much. My husband's knocking on the door. I wonder if he's locked outside. Do you think he's locked outside? Should I go let him in? So my challenge, I'm gonna wait to see if he still knocks for a little bit. Maybe he'll go around and get the clue that I'm on a video. He figured it out. Hi babe, I'm on a live. I told him that I would come and get you if you knocked again. Okay, so October 10th, I told myself I was done eating pizza and chips until my birthday, which is at the end of February, to prove to myself that food doesn't have to control me. So there's been a lot of places that we've been where there has been a lot of yummy dips, a lot of chips, and a lot of pizza. I have decided not to eat them, not to be like crazy super restrictive, not to say that I couldn't have a cheat meal or enjoy myself here or there, but to prove to myself that I had the discipline enough to not do it. And so I would just challenge you in that and going, draw a line in the sand, be the exception, choose what you want to do, and actually go after it and be confident in what you want to do. So anyways, my husband walked in and I have a pink hair. I do have a meaning for it. He was out with some guys. He went and saw, what movie did you go see? Creed 2. Any Creed 2 fans? Any Creed fans? I told him he could go with the guys because I could just watch it. I'm not a big going to movie. Oh, but he's pumped up. Like, he comes home from these movies flexing his muscles and looking in the mirror. Maybe you should come and pose for them and do your boxing punches. Okay, so anyways, I just wanted to encourage you in those couple thoughts. 90% of people gain the most weight from October to November. Don't be that person. Set yourself some goals, be the exception. Don't wait till January, because the majority of those people, guess what happens in January? They end up probably deciding what they want to do, going after it for a week, getting to January 10th, falling off the bandwagon, coming back around October, November, December of 2019, and then we're going to have the same conversation. Do you want to be that person? I don't think so. So you're going to be the exception, and we're going to work on it together. I'm here to help answer all of your questions. Don't be the person that lies to yourself and decides tomorrow, and then lies to yourself and then says tomorrow and then says next week, and then you never do it. So again, the secret to a productive life is going to be action. Now, a lot of people have been asking about the 60-hour keto reboot. I'm just going to talk about this super briefly. It doesn't start till December. You cannot get it today, but I have had a lot of questions. I just painted my nails. Look at, they match. Just for that. So a lot of people have been asking about this reboot. And so real quick, what is the 60-hour keto reboot? This is a 24-hour system that you're gonna take. If you choose to, it'll be available December 1st. And what you are going to do is I'm going to plug you into a private Facebook group, and you are going to get coached by the experts that created this. So not even me. If you look at me and go, what does this mom know? Like, I know that I feel great. I know our family has been able to accomplish and achieve this lifestyle over the last 3.5 years. We've learned a ton, but it's also important for you to learn from the experts that have done it longer than me. And that's what you get to do. So with this 60-hour keto reboot, you get plugged into a private Facebook group. What does this entail? This is gonna help you get past a plateau. This is gonna help you understand that you are not controlled by food. You're not controlled by food, you control the food. I hope that makes sense. Or I had a really good understanding that, guess what? A lot of people are their whole life or their whole day is controlled by cravings. The cravings that they have at the refrigerator or at the office. Or guess what if you could control the cravings? What if you could control the food that you put in your mouth, or take an extra 5 seconds and go, am I hungry? Am I thirsty? Am I eating out of habit? Am I eating because there's extra food on my kid's plate? Like, what if you could gain that mental focus to go, I don't have to eat that, or I'm choosing not to eat that, or I'm gonna feel better, I'm choosing to go after better. Like, what if you could do that? That's what this kit does. So, what is in this kit? What you're gonna do is, for a total of 60 hours, you're gonna drink everything in here. We've got our ketones, our pure therapeutic ketones. For your lunch and your dinners, we have got our keto broths. So we've got these flavors. You're gonna get one that tastes like a Thanksgiving in a cup. You've got one that tastes like, caramel. I love it. You can drink them hot or warm. But the entire 60 hours, we've got packed full of things for you to drink. We've got tea for you to drink at night. Also has ketones in it. It is phenomenal for sleep. And throughout the entire day, we've got these little capsules called CMed 100 that you're going to be taking. We've got the entire kit. We've got it all laid out for you how to take it. We've got the group. I will walk you through it. You're not doing this by yourself. So what's fun is thousands of us do it together. We start on the second Sunday of every month, and we all dive in on a Sunday evening and we do it together. We chat in the group. There's videos, there's Facebook Lives, there's questions, Q&A. And so you don't have to do this by yourself. So my favorite thing truly is this, besides getting you into a really deep state of ketosis, really truly fat burning mode. Again, it helps you understand that you don't have to be controlled by food. Helps you get to that next level. It helps you go, I'm gonna take my health and fitness journey to the next level. I'm going to control the food that I eat. Or if I sit down on the couch not feeling like I have to grab something to eat out of habit, or if my kids don't finish all their food, I don't have to go and finish their food. So here's the deal. I'll be talking more about it throughout the rest of the month. December 1st, it'll be available. Post Reboot below, and I'll send you some info, some videos that you can watch. And that is that. So maybe if you've done the 60-hour keto reboot, why don't you share below, like, what was your favorite benefit? What did you love about it? Why are you doing it? A lot of you have done it month after month. I've had so many people that have done it for 4, 5, 6 months. It is super powerful. If you wanna know more just about the ketones in general, just watch the video that I did last night. I talk all about it. Go check it out. I talk about 5 and 10 day experiences. Or I would just say, go back to the beginning of this video And all you need is you just need to decide that you are going to be the exception. You're not going to be the person that waits until January 1st to decide that you're going to take control of your life, control of your health, control of the whatever it is that you need, and you're going to go after it with inspired action. My husband says that all the time. And so here's the deal. If something can be misunderstood, it will be misunderstood. If you've got questions, ask them. If you just want to know where to start, ask the questions. If you're looking at me and going, why does this girl have crazy pink hair? If it can be misunderstood, it will be misunderstood. If I just want to have fun and show you that it's okay to be crazy, have fun, go after your dreams or go after your goals and not care what other people think, guess what? You can do it. So this is what I would encourage you to do, is just simply start. Start somewhere. If you don't want to start with this, go watch my video from last night. If you don't want to start with the 60-hour keto reboot because you're like, why in the world would I not eat for 60 hours? Go watch the video from last night. If you don't want to start with any of that, I would say, guess what? Start with one thing. Drink more water. Just start. Sometimes people are so stuck and so paralyzed because they get so overwhelmed with all of the knowledge and all of everything out there and all of the noise that they just sit back and watch and let life go by because there's too much stuff going on. So I would say this, back up, take a breather, ask for help, drink more water. Then decide you're gonna have a better breakfast. Then when you've got that under control, move on to lunch. Then when you've got that under control, move on to dinner. One choice at a time, one day at a time, that's all you need to do. So I will let you go. I hope everybody has a great night. I would challenge you to share this video because there's lots of people that just need help starting on their journey. And I think that's it. So let me know if you have any questions. I appreciate you all. Have a great day and we'll talk to you soon.